let's slowly introduce Mandy, who is the Chief Executive of Hong Kong Express, which is part of Cathay Pacific, if I understand well. Mandy used to work for Cathay Pacific for many years, and now she's leading Hong Kong Express. We're very grateful to have you with us. I know that you're very busy. And also, I'm very grateful that you do me the honor of coming second time, because we had you on the Impact Conference earlier this year. Thank you very much, Mandy. We're talking today about how technology, and I can see Daniel had just opened his camera as well. So my colleague Daniel Leon is his module, and I'm just helping here while I'm in Hong Kong. So Mandy, welcome. The floor is yours. We're talking about how technology is helping airlines. And I was saying early on that we're talking about the pre-2019 period where everything was kind of normal in our operations, and then the post-2019 with the COVID situations and the restrictions and all this palaver that we are facing currently.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, everyone in the class. In fact, it's my third time being invited by Polly Yu. You may not know, 20 years back, I got my very first chance to speak in the Professor of the Day. And the topic at that time was about e-commerce, doing e-commerce for airline. And at that time, I was the very first manager being assigned to do e-commerce for Cathay Pacific. I established that department, and we started to sell online using IBE and all these things. Yeah. So thank you once again. So this topic about how technology can change the future of airlines, I think is very, very timely and also very relevant to me, given I'm now in charge of the only low-cost carrier in Hong Kong, Hong Kong Express, and technology plays a very important part of our business. So actually today I've got some visual aids that include videos and also some photos to showcase how we adopt technology. So I think let me try to share my screen.
But make sure at the bottom where there are two little things that they say share the sound as well. Make sure that you click them before you share your screen. Because that will be critical for the video. Okay,
I'm not sure if I see that button, but I will try.
You will when you go share screen. There are two things that you need to tick: share sound and optimize for video clip.
Okay.
This is a little trick that causes a lot of trouble if you don't know.
Yeah. Okay, can you see the slide?
Thank you. We can see your screen, yeah.
And I assume you can still hear me then.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So I think at the very beginning, as we were during the break, during my conversation with Professor, I think we talk about a bit on the COVID. I think this is not really a new topic to everyone, and you all know that how COVID has impacted our industry. It's good that we started to see increasing momentum towards the reopening of borders, and while in particular like North America and Europe, you can see international traffic rebound to almost like 60% of their pre-COVID level. However, in Asia Pacific, we still remain at about just like 12%. Despite the fact that Hong Kong remains an outlier because of the very minimal number of flights we were still operating right now. But with the population immunity growth, we should be hopeful a clearer recovery path will come soon. And for Hong Kong International Airport, given it has always been the world's busiest international passenger airports and busiest cargo gateways, before COVID, we have more than 120 airlines operating at Hong Kong with over 1,100 flights a day. So looking into the future of Hong Kong's status as an international aviation hub, with the launch of the one-way system coming in about 2020, end of 2024 and 2025, we still consider Hong Kong's strategic location in the Greater Bay Area. All this actually present growth opportunities for the aviation, for tourism, and for logistic industry. That's a very promising future, but how we should prepare to welcome this very promising future. So I just want to show you how Hong Kong Express prepare ourselves. Let me this video.
What if every day could be a new adventure?
At HK Express, breaking new ground is what we do best.
As Hong Kong's only low-cost carrier,
we know a thing or two about charting our own course.
Innovation,
creativity,
And passion.
flow through our veins.
As does our Hong Kong spirit.
From safety to service to affordable fares.
Our customers know they can depend on us.
As we show our passengers the world, we also show them our world. Our passion, our creativity, our agility.
We are flexible and friendly, open and ambitious. With our free flow of new ideas, we stay one step ahead.
If you are hungry for new challenges, you are in the right place.
With every new day, we grow and improve our aircraft,
Our destinations,
our services.
our food.
We never stop evolving.
And we take as much pride in our people as we do in our services.
Teamwork is our secret ingredient, our recipe for success.
and together we can fly higher, soar farther, grow stronger.
We are reliable. We always put safety and service first.
At every step of the journey.
We're efficient. We strive to streamline our operations.
And find effective solutions without taking any shortcuts.
We are entrepreneurial. With our spirit of innovation, we are always exploring new territory.
We are vibrant, a steady airstream of passion.
Creativity and ideas sustains our success. We are collaborative. Teamwork lifts us up and drives us forward.
We are HK Express, and together we're soaring to new heights.
Are you ready for an adventure?
Come join us on the ride.
What if every day?
So in this video, we have our people share with you our 5 core values, which are collaborative, vibrant, entrepreneurial, efficient, and also how we keep innovating. And actually, to get ourselves ready for an adventure in the future, we must keep improving ourselves and not to overshadowed by the current crisis. So what we did during the COVID period, our teams have actually put together a 3-phase transformation program to progressively develop ourselves into a best-in-class LCC. The transit phase that begins as we first acquired by Cathay Pacific Group in July 2019. That actually is a very short phase of about 6 months to ensure we stabilize our business, tackle the most critical issues, ensure our business continuity. And immediately we have kickstarted our transformation phase, which is now still in progress, aiming to improve from within by adopting the LCC best practices to generate sustainable and healthy returns. And the final phase would be the transcend phase that actually kicking in later this year as we start to gear up for rapid expansion of a system opportunity. So this transformation program, in this 2 years, actually we have identified over 20 key projects covering almost every aspect of our business, from strategy and planning, digital IT to operations, people, as well as commercial and customer. All are aiming to improve ourselves from within by adopting the best practice of LCC, which underpinned by simplicity, agility, and efficiency. We have also derived our 6 key strategies in order to give clarity to the entire organization on what are our priorities. Our vision is to be a leading best practice LCC in Asia. As I said, underpinned by the very best practice of LCC that are simplicity, agility, and efficiency. And with 6 key strategic pillars that we focus on, actually, technology plays a very important role to enable us and to enhance us in executing all these 6 key strategic pillars.
Mandy, can I interrupt you for 1 second and say what LCC is? It's low cost carrier for our students who do not know that.
Okay.
So an LCC is different to a full service airline like Cathay Pacific, because it does not normally offer food and has got, it's a low cost carrier versus the full service airline.
Exactly. I think that the simplest way is for low cost carrier, we simply unbundle everything and try to that, and also at the same time, we focus very much on ways to minimize our costs so that we can offer a very affordable fares for people to travel and for people to travel more. Through unbundling, for example, when we talk about full service carrier, when you buy a ticket that comes with a meal, that comes with baggage allowance, but if you buy a low cost carriers, of course, these are all unbundled. So you basically buy the airfare part. If you need to check in your bags, you need to pay for the check-in bags. If you want a meal, you can pay for that meal. So that's how LCC works. And I believe quite a lot of our students should have traveled with us before. Yeah. So back yeah. Sorry, back to the topic about how technology actually support us in our 6 key strategic pillars. If I may, I will just quickly go through all the 6 areas and how we apply technology in these 6 areas. So the very first one is about cost. For low-cost carriers, by its definition, we must remain a relentless cost and lean focus. Our fleet, first of all, regarding our fleets, we have 26 aircraft at the moment with an average age of 5 years. And this young fleet actually helped us to lower our maintenance and fuel costs. And our brand new 16 Airbus Neo A321neo is coming starting from next year. This aircraft will be fitted with efficient LEAP engines. So simply speaking, newer aircrafts, newer technologies, newer engines can help us to save fuel, save maintenance costs. And this brand new model of aircraft actually could save up to 15% of our fuel consumptions. And also our another key cost spending for an airline is on the maintenance and engineering. And for our team, we have moved into a new maintenance information system called AMOS. This is actually a digitalization of maintenance records that will help our team to provide them a single source of truth, so that we can keep the full profile of the maintenance of each aircraft, and every activities relating to maintenance and engineering can be reflected in this digitalization platform. It also opens up the pathway for us to apply machine learning so that we can actually apply this machine learning to predict and come up with the aircraft maintenance schedule that will help to maintain our aircraft as safely, as efficiently as possible. Regarding doing maintenance, a major part is about aircraft inspection. As you can see, aircraft is a huge vehicle. It's much bigger than a car or a bus. So every time when we do inspection, that will require lots of manpower and also lots of different major machines to help us to do so. So last year we have invited the Untitled Digital Factory of Poly University to conduct a feasibility study on using wearable technology on aircraft inspection. Wearable technology means something that our engineer can carry handily, so that we don't need to invests on bulk machines that help us to do some of the maintenance inspection. We also have a chance to visit the university's Department of Aeronautical and Aviation Engineering. So in this slide, you can see the picture during our visit. We will actually continue our conversation with your university to see any further potential collaboration. We believe there's actually lots of opportunities in the maintenance and engineering area by applying technology like 3D printing on aircraft and also research and more advanced application of AR to help us to improve our accuracy and efficiency of doing aircraft maintenance. And the second area, second key strategic pillar is about utilization. For airline to make profit, we do not want to see aircraft on the ground. So it's very important we try to keep an optimized flight planning in order to fully utilize our aircraft, which is our major assets. So we are working with our partners, including our ground handling agents, our RAM service companies, to see how we can minimize our ground turnaround time through the use of technology. For example, applying some technology, high-tech disinfection machine for doing disinfection while aircraft is on the ground. And also in terms of during the boarding process, how can we apply automation in terms of boarding passengers? At the same time, for as I've mentioned, the maintenance activities, as you can see from the flow chart in this slide, is a very complicated process. But with the technology, with the digitalization of maintenance records, we can actually put all the colored areas of process into automation that save us a lot of man hours and also make things much more accurate. Talking about running a successful LCC, I think is similar to a business. Other than the cost, we must have our top line. We must expand our revenue opportunities. So how we can do it? We have I think in your lesson you may learn about a reservation system for airline, and also that at the back of it is actually powered by the revenue management system. We have partnered with a company called Canva, which is a new startup, but also very focused on facilitating revenue management for low-cost carriers. So we've got global players like AirAsia and also some other key European and North American low-cost carriers on their platform. We have moved into that revenue management system earlier last year. Although we do not see a major benefit yet because of the very minimal flight operation. But that platform will enable us to do a lot of different analytics to read the market demand and also to make a data-driven revenue management decision. At the same time, we also apply some AI analytical technology in doing our A/B testing when we revamp our like internet booking flow or our mobile app, so that we can understand how our customers respond to different booking flow in order to capture the maximum revenue opportunities. Another key technology or digital areas is on the social media platforms. This is especially prominent in the Greater Bay Area. We have got the WeChat mini app, which you can see on this slide, that allows us to sell to our customer directly. we understand that, of course, every airline would like to get business directly to our own website or our own web. But in some markets, like in China, with all this very powerful social media platform and major digital platform, I think as if you want to be serious about doing business there, you cannot just ignore those channels, but you need to be in there and also participate. The other key strategic pillar is about customer centricity. How best we can understand our customer and in order to provide them the relevant customer experience. So how technology would help us on this? Of course, in the past, I think we all have the experience of calling the airline hotline and long waiting time, etc. And now you can see more and more airlines. It's not just airlines, but also lots of consumer business. They offer alternative channels like online chat and also WhatsApp chat, etc. And what's more, actually some of them, and also including us, also apply the AI chatbot to integrate our mobile app and social media platforms and communicate with our customers. That become a lot more easier for us. At the same time, I think another pain point for customers is about disruption. I think you may have an experience of like flight delay because of bad weather or because certain incident happened in a particular airport that your flights got canceled. So we have actually looked into these areas. I think if you study customer service or experience, people will tell you you do 10 things right that customer may take it for granted, but if you just do one thing wrong, they will remember. So that's very important to ensure the customer will get a smooth and easy experience even when they experience a flight disruption. So we partner with Navati. Navati, this is an airline operation solution company to actually power our self-service disruption portal, which delivers more immediate real-time notifications to our customers. And also the system will enable our customers to make changes to rebook their flights by themselves instead of waiting for our customer hotline to get back to them. So I believe when travel back to normal, we can see the benefits of all this digital and automation helps us in servicing our customers. At the same time, COVID has also brought a bigger awareness of health and safety, which is now one of the crucial considerations for our customers. So in order to minimize the physical contact, we also collaborate with Hong Kong International Airport to explore the use of contactless check-in and self-backdrop systems. So in this in the screen, you can also see the right bottom. That's the flow of how our customers can actually do a self-backdrop service at the Hong Kong International Airport. So we are also looking into digital solutions for area like in-flight retail and also in-flight sales catalog. How can we do a more how can we digitalize all this in-flight selling opportunities in future when travel back to normal? So apart from customer experience, is actually all these digital tools will also help with the sustainability. And I'm sure this is a hot topic that our customers, and it's not just our customers, but our employees also care about. which defines the company's culture, core value, and that's how differentiate our brands from others. And with all these digital solutions to facilitate us to do better planning, that will definitely help in terms of sustainability as well. For example, digital solutions to collect data for fuel consumption and carbon emissions for analysis that will facilitate us to make an informed decision for our operations, to make our operations much more sustainable. The fifth pillar is obviously about digital and data proposition. We want to advance our digital and data proposition to drive customer insights and deliver sustainable growth. Understanding our customer behaviors and market trends would enable us to offer better experience to our customers. So we are looking into adopting AI technology in different areas, which empower us with data analytical capabilities and also understand our customers much better. This AI technology analysis can be done through text, speech, graphic, or even video motion. And the deployment will offer much smarter and better decision-making in crafting an integrated approach on how we serve our customers. We also noticed there's a huge improvement in flight planning and navigation. So moving from customer-facing side to how we do things internally. We have taken the downtime during COVID to review our current system and processes in search of more efficient opportunities to future-proof our internal system and get ready for the expansion in a few years' time. We are about to launch a new flight planning solution, which will automate a lot of what is now rather a manual process. In addition, we will also introduce a flight folder app with iPads for our pilots so that they can reduce the amount of paper that is needed in the flight deck. So in case if you're curious about what are the papers, so imagine, I think you imagine you meet a pilot at the airport. Most of the time they have like a hand luggage, carrying a hand luggage. Actually, quite a lot of things inside that these are not their personal belongings. Quite a lot of papers and manuals that they need to bring to the cabin because first of all, is an operation requirement, and also I think for in case of emergency, they must have all these documents ready. So with this electronic flight folder, they can actually do everything over the iPad. And as you can see, this is just this is not a real screen, but just want to give you an example of how pilots can get all this flight information, flight log, and all the summary just through their fingertips. And last but not least, definitely our own brand and culture is very important in order to succeed. But how technology can be applied. So as I've showed you in the video, our 5 core values: reliable, collaborative, efficient, vibrant, and entrepreneurial. These are at the center of everything we do. And these core values define who we are, what we do, and how we approach our work. That also reflects our employee branding as well as our customer branding. So to apply to help us to promote these core values, we make quite a lot. We make good use of technology to help us to do this. Talking about reliable, for example, we have integrate all our multiple database to a single data middle layer within our company. So that provides a single source of truth to facilitate our teams to make their operations much more reliable. Collaborative, I think during this COVID time, we all know, we all have a taste of how technology will help us keep us connected, like what we are doing right now over Zoom. As our people mostly work from home, we also keep them connected. We still do our town hall as well as our staff awards over Zoom. As you can see, our 2022 town halls and the Your Kudos. Your Kudos is actually our annual staff award. We do it online, but our people still have a chance to get to know our latest company strategies, as well as have a chance to celebrate the success stories of our colleagues and to learn from the success stories as well. Being efficient with all this digital transformation and the use of data middle layer, we are actively promoting our teams among our teams to make more data-driven decisions, and we have actually developed quite a lot of different analytics dashboards on different areas, so that even the frontline people can actually get access to some of the key data, so that they can actually make a more data-driven decision. And keeping our people vibrant, we try to make good use of the different digital channels to get reach of our people, get reach of our customers, like using WhatsApp, WeChat, and this proven to be a very, very key communicating tools right now. Even without COVID, I think given the Gen Z is more into all this digital platform, I think no company can avoid using all these new channels to facilitate their communications. Last but not least, entrepreneurial, we encourage innovation. We encourage people to take ownership of what they do. And we also support the agile approach in doing innovations. What do I mean about agile approaches? We will not wait until the product or the idea is 100% perfect to launch. We will launch, test, collect feedback, fine tune, and then do some revision and then launch again. So it's an agile process that keeps things moving and keep people innovating. And I always tell the team, fail fast and learn even fast. I think that's the essence of being entrepreneurial. And a very good example is like what I've shared with you about using the Navitier disruption portal. We are the very first airline to adopt this new technology, and we are actually applying this agile approach together with our partner Navitier to keep improving this disruption portal. So to wrap up my sharing, I would like to share the quote from Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. Ultimately, no matter how best technology can be employed in your company and how good your brand is, I think it's all about your people, how you facilitate them and enable them to create and demonstrate the values that matters. So that's my little sharing for today, and I do welcome any questions.
Thank you very much, Mandy. That was eye-opening and very, very comprehensive. Really appreciate your insights and sharing with our students and our people. Let's see if we've got questions coming through. And while people are thinking, I would like to ask you about dynamic pricing and how you're doing your fare management, really, in a way that you maximize revenue, but equally you are taking your passengers with you.
Yeah. It's a very good question. As I've talked about, we partner with Campbell. That's a revenue management system. It's a rather new company and is not like major players like Pros, all these other revenue management system. The key is they focus very much on how their system can manage the low-cost carrier business models. So talking about dynamic pricings, we do have dynamic pricings on our airfare. Like, for example, every day the system will read based on the incoming booking, the market demand, and also based on a certain consideration of historical patterns. But now it's getting more difficult because of COVID. So I think even the full service carrier, they may switch off that kind of historical consideration. And also they will take into consideration of the what we call HSE, the major holiday seasons, and also exhibition on, like, certain countries, they may have major events, to come up with a price that will determine a price where we will accept and confirm people booking at that price. So for LCC, dynamic pricing would mean more than just the airfares. Our next innovation is how to apply dynamic pricing on other what we call ancillary revenue. As I've explained, LCC, we have unbundled everything. So baggage, meals, or seat allocation to reserve a specific seats all come with a cost or with a price. In the past, or using like those very traditional revenue management system, we cannot actually apply dynamic pricing on these items. But we also noticed that there is a unique demand and supply for these items as well. Like, for example, people now, when they book our flight, at the time they book, if they buy the baggage, that will be the cheapest price, I can tell you. As it comes closer to the departure, they go online and they change their mind to buy another baggage. Yes, they can still buy it, maybe a slightly higher price. And the highest price will be at the airport on the spot. You tell the check-in counter that you have a check-in bags. So how can we actually manage and capture more price points that enable us to capture the most values and along the demand curve? That is exactly what we need to do in terms of applying dynamic pricings, not only just for airfares, but also for other items for LCC operations.
Ancillary, absolutely. What is the load factor that you break even? So is it 80%, 90%? What do you target to do?
That's a very commercial sensitive question, but I can tell you. Okay, I can tell you. It really depends on which route you're talking about. For some routes, that can be as low as a number you just mentioned. For some routes, that will be higher. It very much depends on the cost of operations, and also on the because when we look at the break-even load factor, we also need to consider the so-called average yield, that is the airfare, as well as the ancillary revenue we can collect from that route. So for some routes, they may have cargo loaded in the belly of our aircraft that will help. For some routes, like if you compare say, for example, Taipei is a short route. So fuel burn is much less, but at the same time, people tend to go for a short trip. They may not have the check-in bags. But if you're talking about compared to like Tokyo, they may have check-in bags, or especially on the way back, they shop a lot and they need to buy the baggage allowance, and that give us additional source of income. So the break-even load factor actually varies a lot, even for the same routes. For flights at different timings may be different as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's
some routes actually we may get the subsidies from the local governments, the tourism. They want to promote that destination, so that will also help to lower the break-even load factor as well.
That's a fantastic way of not answering the question, but giving all the parameters around them to kind of get people to think about. Thank you so much. Daniel, you have a question? I can see a hand up. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Mandy, for your inspiring presentation. I fully agree with that. With you that even though we do 10 things right, if we do one thing wrong, we can easily collapse or ruin our relationship with customers. Now, my question is, how Hong Kong Express typically identify those pain points from the consumers? As you know that we cannot directly ask customers, what are your pain points when you had a journey with us? So I would like to hear from you about how your company can utilize technological ways or non-technological ways to identify those pain points. Thank you.
That's a very good question. We actually have done a lot before we come up with the decision to go for that disruption portal. It's definitely an investment for us, not just about the cash investment, but also our resources to develop that portal together with that business partners we work with. Before that, we actually spend a lot of time to understand our customer more. Customer research is one way we can get reach to our customer and collect feedbacks. And we actually do it through our survey. We have developed a very simple online survey tool with another business partner, Medallia. Like at different points of during your bookings or managing your bookings, we may just prompt a window with like 3-5 questions, very quick and easy. But the response rate, that's why the response rate has been very good, giving us simple answer that can tell us in general where are the pain points by reading the different scores that our customer rated us. That's one thing. Also, we also subscribe to different market research of our customer considerations, and also with the breakdown on what area they find it important when they consider the airline to travel with. So that also gives us some insight. We've also, of course, our own database. We have our integrated database that covers customer data. That's the third source that can give us insights. These are all very data driven. At the same time, we have also conduct our customer journey review. We have got some good startup consulting company that jointly do this together with us and some of our selective passengers. We have break down the entire customer journey to different mini steps and look into each steps on what are our offers, how we service our customers, to understand more where the customers value or where are their pain points. so that we can prioritize our efforts to address on different touch points throughout the customer journey.
Thank you very much for your comprehensive answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mandy. And another question that came to my mind when you were talking about you are using chat box to respond to consumers, obviously, to scale the operation. How is your experience using robots in replying? And do consumers understand that it's an actually machine replying?
We are actually we have to put it this way. Chatbot is a machine learning. We need the volume. We need to keep improving the performance of the chatbot when there's more inquiry and more people use it. And during this COVID time, we launched this, and I think the system will keep improving, and the experience has been very good. We have actually moved. Currently, we now have over 80% of our customer interaction that is through WhatsApp or online chat. That's a huge shift of behavior compared to the old days where we haven't launched WhatsApp, we haven't launched the online chat. Actually, the other way around, 80% of the passenger actually call our hotlines. So I think this also reflects that our customer find chatbot or online chat a useful tool to communicate with us. And the key thing is we are also applying this in different languages. As Hong Kong is our home base, the tricky part is about people typing Cantonese versus people typing when they're thinking in like 普通话 is quite different, the sentence structure. So it is challenging for machine learning to read the different Chinese, but I can say so far the results has been quite good, judging by the pickup of all these channels. Yeah.
This is fascinating, and I'll volunteer Daniel here to actually do research with you on this, because we are looking into this, and this is an area where I think it will be very, very interesting to look into how can we improve machine learning through the different robotic kind of situations, because I think that will drive us through. We've got a couple of questions on the chat here. One is that, do you think that the low-cost carriers need more technology than traditional carriers, or is that equal?
I think both low-cost carrier and full service or legacy carriers would need technology to help them to innovate and to improve their business operations. In terms of importance, maybe for LCC, the low-cost carriers, maybe even more, because if you look at the cost structure of a low-cost carrier versus a full service carrier, they may have higher percentage of cost in terms of like manpower, staff to offer the service. While for us, staff may take a lower share of cost, while like I've mentioned quite a lot about doing all this maintenance and engineering, that may share a bigger portion of our costs. So with the technology being deployed on the right area where our major costs are, then will help the low-cost carriers to reduce our cost base more significantly as compared to full-service carrier. I'm talking about the proportion in this way. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess everything is lower cost for you, and technology lowers the cost. There's probably in the beginning, there's a high investment cost to launch things, but it scales very nicely afterwards, so it will be great. And another question we had, again, in comparison to low-cost carriers with the full service carriers, is there anything from the full service airlines that can be included in a low cost airlines? Is there, apart from the seats obviously and fly from A to B, are there any other things that you're trying to kind of use from full service airlines? And I've got to tell you something, that the experience we see in Europe in the pre-COVID era is that a lot of the low-cost carriers like EasyJet, they now moved into a model where they're including different things. So they first went back into GDSs. In the beginning, it was only direct distribution. We don't deal with GDSs. Then they realized that a lot of the business travelers could not book them if they were not on the GDSs, because they're using corporate business travelers. And then there are issues about food and service. So what we saw was, when in the lounge, the full service carriers were like that, and the low cost carriers were like that in terms of prices and in terms of different kind of things that they are offering. And gradually we see them going like this, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I think when you talk about what are the things that LCC may adopt from full service carrier, I would say, like you made an example about GDS. Yes, we do distribute via GDS, but I think it's more about a choice that is relevant to the market we want to sell. For example, in markets like Thailand or Japan, there's still quite a lot of people going to book with travel agents. And even in Hong Kong, we still see a significant amount of business going via travel agents. And when these people want to ask about our fares, if we do not make ourselves available through that channels, we just simply miss that business opportunities. Another example is when people always talk about, oh, LCC always go direct, they always just sell via their own website or applications or mobile applications. Yes, ideally, yes. But in reality, like looking in, we talk about Greater Bay Area, there's a market full of opportunities. As I've just mentioned, I wish the travelers in Greater Bay areas will come to our mobile app and book. But reality is they use WeChat app every day. And if we want to make ourselves relevant to them, if we want to increase our presence, we can't ignore this fact. And we have to make sure our distribution are relevant to our customers. So I think in certain areas, I do not think there's a clear distinction between full service or low cost, because at the end of the day, we are both doing business. We want to make ourselves, we want to make a good presence in the market we want to be in. So we make a conscious choice in adopting different practices. So, but in terms of like, you also see some LCC start to operate in a more hybrid models. By some, they may offer like a more comfortable seats, and it very much depends on which market they serve. Like in Japan, you can see Zip Air and also ANA also launching the new brands to the Air Japan, and they also with night seats, they claim that they will have a service more than just LCC for people flying to medium to long haul. So I think in general, the read is when the flight time is longer, they may see that customers would demand more services, and that's why you see there's you start to see a twist in terms of the LCC model. But if you look at the pure LCC for like into Europe or North America, domestic travel, no, I think they still stick to the very origin of LCC models, and that's the winning formula for them. Yeah.
Absolutely, because by doing that, they can offer the fares that really differentiate them from other people. Mandy, thank you very much. Thank you for your very insightful presentation, and also thank you very much for being so open to us and sharing all your knowledge and experience, your vast experience. And let me invite my colleague Daniel to do the official thank you for you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, once again, thank you, Mandy, for your time and effort in sharing your insights to our students. I know you may have a copy of this one because in the beginning of your sharing, you said that you did a professor for very many years ago, but still on behalf of the school, I would like to present to you these updated certificates. We will also mail one to your office as a token of thanks for your time and effort. But I know this is just a small gift, but we really appreciated your generosity in sharing your knowledge with our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you, Polytechnic University as well. We do a lot of projects with your university, and yeah, just anytime if you see there's any opportunities to have any collaborations, do reach out to me.
Thank you.
I still have the chat box idea that we really like to work with you on this.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, good. Thank you for your time, Mandy.
Thank you. Yeah, and I hope to welcome you all on board very soon.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you as well. Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of our session, and also it's the end of my contribution to this course. I'd like to thank Daniel for giving me the opportunity to talk to you and to entrust me with his lovely course and his lovely students. And I hope that I've contributed enough, and I very much hope to see you soon.
Yeah, you did a great job, Dimitrios. Yeah, before letting all of you go, I know that quite a lot of students would like to know about the exam arrangement. So if you're still here, so I would like to spend 1 or 2 minutes to explain how it may work. In short, the examination, we are going to have a take-home examination. And the date that we will distribute the paper to you would be on April 28th. April 28th at around 9 a.m. So you will get the exam paper from Blackboard, and you will have 48 hours to complete the examination. So the exam paper will include no more than 4 questions, and all the questions will be essay questions. So you will have 48 hours to complete the paper and submit it through Blackboard. So more details will be shared with you on Blackboard, but in here, I know that quite a lot of you would like to urgently know how we are going to execute the exam. So that's why I would like to spend these 1 or 2 minutes to explain that. And Fiona got a lot of message and emails from students as well. So I hope that this response that will reduce the load of emails sending to her mailbox. Right. So as I said, so I will give you more information in Blackboard, so including the dates, time, exam format, and etc. So don't worry if you clearly listen to my lectures and Professor Dimitrios Buhalis' lectures and sharing, you can easily get good grades from this examination. We are not going to ask you to memorize it and cite definition. We hope that you can utilize the knowledge we share with you. We share, and also our guest lecturers share with you in order to apply the knowledge in some real life context. So this is the idea Dimitrios and I commonly have when we design this course for you. Yeah. All right. So I think that's all we would like to share. We hope you enjoyed the lectures we delivered to you. We hope the knowledge we give to you will be helpful for your career. We know some of you will start your internship or even career very soon. So we hope you all the best. Take care. We hope we can fly together very soon. Yeah. So any last message from Dimitrios?
Thank you. Keep safe, keep happy. And I think the most important thing is that technology is not something that you learn and you go away. I've been in this business for 35 years. Every day I'm learning something new. And every day we keep looking to different kind of opportunities to understand how we can optimize better our industry. It's a very complicated thing. We cannot, you blink and change, you just blink and you change. And a lot of the things that Mandy was saying today are absolutely showing how we are doing these things and how we should learn from each other. So it's not that you learn and you go home and you enjoy life. It's that you are learning every day and you're getting into this agile mode of learning every day by looking at everything and learning from each other. Thank you very much.
All right, so have a nice afternoon and see you all. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.